All right, we're gonna move on, my dudes. I wanted to react to this dude for the first time ever. I haven't really reacted to him on the channel, but he's one of my favorite. Like, oh, I've been watching this guy for so long. I initially started watching him during his What Ruined series, where he would go over really old cartoons, some cartoons that I really, really loved, and he would go into like detail about like the history and stuff of cartoons. So this guy's dedicated. His name is Saberspark. I'm sorry if I'm blocking your name. There you are, Saberspark. We're gonna be watching How Adult Swim Saved Family Guy. I'll be honest with y'all, I was a huge Family Guy fan, and to this day, I consider myself a Seth MacFarlane fan. I absolutely love his content. I loved I know a lot of people didn't like it, but A Million Ways to Die in the West, it's my type of comedy. I loved it. To this day, I still think about the wolf eating the mayor gag, where it's like in every shot in the movie, there's just a wolf still eating, like all the way from the beginning of the movie to the end of the movie, just randomly there's wolves eating the mayor, and like nobody seems to care or even notice the mayor's gone. It's hilarious, it's funny, it's a little brutal, it's dark, but that's just my kind of humor. I like a lot of dark humor. I like a lot of like just silly, wacky stuff. But yeah, so let's watch it. Family Guy, I definitely dropped off on for a while there, especially once like they got like, I don't know about you guys, but one like around the time when Brian was unalived and then brought back, that's kind of where I dropped off, realistically speaking, because after that, Lois and Peter were just cheating on each other. They hated each other. Everyone hated each other. Everyone was ragging on Meg, and I'm a huge fan of her the voice actress for Meg. It's just they all hated each other. They were all spiteful. Like it just gave me a bad feeling. Like Family Guy just turned into Peter hates Lois, Lois hates Peter, they hate Chris, they hate Stewie, Peter, like it just, I don't know, they seemed like just spiteful. It wasn't even fun or entertaining anymore. So I didn't care anymore. It didn't feel like a Family Guy show anymore. Like the initial thing was Peter was kind of an idiot, kind of the classic dad, trope, but they would sort of work together, or at the very least, there'd be some kind of lesson to be learned that generally came back to like, screw it, we might have messed up, but we're still a family at the end, and we're going to solve this together, And that's the general good vibes. But then towards the later seasons, it's like, oh, come on, you can't keep like cheating on Peter, and Peter can't keep cheating on Lois, and like doing these terrible things, and like sending Lois to the hospital, and sending Chris to the hospital. Like, you can't do that every week. And then expect me to come back like, these are my favorite family. Like, I hated them. Lately, they've been going back to some classic roots, and it's no surprise that they started to fall off around the time when Seth MacFarlane pulled himself away and just only did voices and stopped writing. Like, no surprise there, I'll stop talking and we'll get right into it. He does, let me know how the audio is, because his audio could be a little bit loud.
Family Guy moments number 638. A fine vintage, and one that can be enjoyed while simultaneously watching Subway Surf.
Like, that button push right there actually reminds me, I saw that episode. There's a lot of moments where Stewie becomes an idiot for like no reason, even after being a kid who like learned how to do time travel. I'm not asking for the greatest story scripts in the Family Guy show, but just like, if Stewie's a smart kid, don't make him an idiot for no reason, just to make the story move
by
forward,
the way, I recently
feel like it's not Stewie anymore.
All
it
these
feels
YouTube
like
channels that make Family Guy funny moment compilations are like in an arms race with one another,
and
are
put the subtitles
constantly
up here.
shot down by YouTube for copyright claims, but then pop up right afterwards with another account.
I'll be honest with you, I don't think YouTube should be taking down the compilation videos of Family Guy. That's free, like, not only from, like, that's free advertisement for Adult Swim, but just in general, it's a transformative work if you make a compilation of something. That's why, like, I feel like that should be allowed. Unless you're literally taking, like, full chunks of episodes, that's one thing. But if you're just doing, like, joke compilations and stuff, I can see a value in that. If Adult Swim isn't doing it themselves, I can see a value in people just taking the jokes, the best jokes, and letting some of the more boring stories, slip by.
But I digress.
The Hydra.
If anything, it's crazy to think that a show that is as immensely popular
to
as
this
Family
day,
Guy
one of my favorite
was
Dark Souls
canceled.
freaking boss fights.
Actually, it was
the Hydra from Dark Souls 3. Great boss battle.
Family.
I freaking fell down that sinkhole. Like, if you get too close to him, you fell down the sinkhole. One of the best fights ever, especially for a melee build. It's super difficult, especially once you get to the last Hydra head. But it's one of those things where you have to wait for the Hydra to slam its neck down, and then you can chop at the neck. It's crazy. It's such a good fight. Oh, man. I hope they bring something like that to the new Elden Ring DLC, Shadow of the Erd Tree. That's going to be interesting.
Family Guy from its lineup, and officially kicked the show to the curb only after 3 seasons. just like Brian, the show was dead.
Oh, man, that sucks. They brought him back how many episodes later?
But, just like Brian,
R.I.P.
not really.
Brian, look out!
Poor Family Guy. Unceremoniously kicked off Fox and had
when they copied this. So this is from an old Hulk movie, if you guys remember. This scene was hilarious.
to go until a certain programming block stepped
Like, you see
in.
what I mean? Like, imagine FaZe Clan making that joke right now. It wouldn't work. Like, half the audience doesn't remember that old Hulk movie. Hey.
I can't believe I made a Marvel reference in 2023. But yeah, Adult Swim came
Respect
to Family
that he
Guy's
made it himself,
rescue.
though.
And teenage me at the time couldn't have been happier.
Absolutely.
Like, I was the
Loved it.
perfect demographic for Family Guy at the time. A dumb teenage boy watching an
How's it
adult
going, my
animated
dude?
cartoon
Hey,
in
what?
my
Oh,
basement
goodness, that's
without
so
my
many
parents
zeros.
knowing. Clearly, a thriving market
Bro,
at
you're
the
gonna
time.
have to hold on.
Right
How
now,
much is that? Like, it's 100,000. Oh goodness, you really brought it to a freaking dyslexic guy. Hold on. Trillion? Cajillion. Oh, I don't even know. Pound Fox. Dude, that's awesome. I love it. Or is that what it is? Poundzor? Is Poundzor the amount? I love it. I love that you're a ginormous fox, dude.
Sitting on my rocker on the front
You're gonna love
porch
my
of
Elden Ring build.
retirement home.
I just got all the full fire prelate armor, and it's freaking hilarious.
Sentimentally
I might
thinking
run
back
it just
to when
for
I would
the
play
memes.
Halo 2 for hours on end, drinking Mountain Dew, Code Red,
Dude,
and waiting
Code
for
Red.
Family Guy to air on Adult Swim. My buddy Robert and I would laugh our asses off, and after
King
the
of
show
the
was
Hill.
over, go right
That's
back
my
to playing
purse.
Halo 2.
Loved it.
Ah,
I don't
those
know
are the
you.
days.
Without a doubt, the show would go on to shape my teenage sense of humor and become one of my favorite cartoons to watch. My buddy and I would quote this series all the time, and we even took it a step further by getting Family Guy on DVD.
I can hear my bed frame creaking underneath my weight. Dude, get a metal bed. What are you doing? Or just do what I did, which is when the freaking the freaking like cupboard, the headboard freaking broke, and like it was made out of like cheap wood, right? So the headboard broke, and so I was just like, man, this sucks. So then I just like broke off the rest of the headboard, not realizing that it was a part of the frame that held it up. And so when I broke it off, I was like, yeah, and then the whole bed just fell down, so it was like slanted, and I was like, oh. So I have this like slanted bed, and I was like, crud. So I slept on it for like one night, and it felt like I was slipping off the bed all night. And then I was like, screw it. I just broke off the other legs and just sort of left it all on the floor. I'm not gonna buy another frame. Like I already feel dumb enough that I broke the thing on, like, you know. Bed frame's made out of wood. Yeah, no, well, I mean, at least you didn't purposefully break it like my dumb. So, you know, just leave it on the floor at that point. You don't got to worry about creaks. You don't got to worry about any of that stuff, you know.
Yeah, cutting edge technology. But it's so funny to think that in the microcosm of my own life during those years, that my friend and I were actively helping to save Family Guy from being just a cartoon doomed to reruns. That there were tons of other viewers just like us doing the exact same thing and helping Family Guy become the #1 most viewed show on Adult Swim at the
Oh, absolutely. You want to know another amazing Family Guy YouTuber that I know about right now is Lindsay does, oh goodness, is it Lindsay? Lindsay's Timelines? Oh, I'm so sorry if I'm misremembering it. I just recently found her. She does timelines of like different characters, and it's really in-depth. I like it.
the time. Eventually, the reruns and DVD sales were so successful that Fox was like,
We might react to one of
"Hold
those
on a
timelines at
second.
some point.
Maybe-
And in particular, the Adam West. The Adam West timeline is hilarious.
Just maybe we jumped the
And
gun
interesting,
here.
Consuela,
We should
she also
bring
did
the
a
series
timeline
back
for
to our
Consuela.
network, which was
Y'all know
exactly
Consuela.
what happened.
No.
It was the first time in history where DVD sales of a TV series revived it from the grave. But why did Fox originally
Dude, I love Dubby.
cancel Family Guy? How can a show that is one of the defining cartoons of the adult animated sitcom genre get scrapped so early, yet live to fight another day? Why did the show work on
I
Adult
had to
Swim,
silent my
but not
phone.
on Fox? Is Fox to blame for running Family Guy off the road? Well, let's find out.
But Peter, why would they make you president?
Well, maybe it's because I can recite all 50 states in a quarter of a second.
But real quick, before we get into the
Like, you see what I mean? I freaking love it. Just,
meat
like,
of this
I feel like that One thing that I feel like has always been a super like great thing about Family Guy and just that shock humor, and I think Family Guy, I'm not saying they started it, but Family Guy had a huge influence on the whole like, oh, I'm gonna like catch you off guard kind of humor. You know what I mean? That I feel like is a big part of memes nowadays. One last thing, as you said, I'm going to be written on my resume. Here in Brazil, we call it curriculum vitae. It's going to be my first job experience. Virtually every other job opportunity was denied to me because they were always requiring previous experience, and nobody gives an opportunity to develop it. So this internship will be my first time working. I mean, kind of, because I once started at work at a restaurant, but shortly after came in the oh, I gotcha. Dude, here's the thing. Any school time that you put that on your resume. Like, I'll be real with you. I don't know how it is over there, but I'm just saying, when I first started working, I didn't lie, but I didn't tell the full truth. I had 8 months of experience working on computers. And that's all I needed to know. My bed frame has the weight limit, and I might be pushing it because I'm eating cake after I get done eating the cake. I heard a loud crack. Dude, eating cake in bed is the best, isn't it?
To the sponsor of this video.
What flavor, though? What flavor, though? Don't disappoint me here.
I've been in both metaphorical and
don't say velvet cake, because velvet cake is just chocolate cake with red food coloring. Don't lie to me.
literal car accidents. Be it YouTube ramming my uploads or a
it's like the Patrick from SpongeBob meme where he wakes up at 3 in the morning to eat a Krabby Patty.
bad driver ramming my tailpipe.
Oh,
Giggity.
it's time for my
Accidents
under the
happen,
pillow Krabby
but at
Patty.
least with Morgan & Morgan, something can be done.
Dude, you
about
must
the
have one of those
ladder
like
the
memory
two
foam
headaches.
mattresses. How do you?
For those who don't know,
You
Morgan
got like
&
the
Morgan
Lazy
is
Susan that
America's
spins the cake
largest
while you're
injury
taking
law
chunks
firm.
out of it. It's awesome.
They have over 100 offices
favorite.
nationwide and more than 800 lawyers with over 15.
Or one of those tres leches. I'll be honest with you, I'm super bored of tres leches. It's like the milk cakes from Mexico. I love them, don't get me wrong, they're great, but like every freaking party you go to at a Mexican party has tres leches, and it's like, can somebody just get an ice cream cake or something for once? Like, just
$1 billion recovered for clients.
I got a lot of Mexican
Morgan &
family,
Morgan has
like a lot of family, so it's like we go to a birthday party like every other friggin' month, like not even month, every other week occasionally.
a proven track record of fighting to get you full and fair compensation.
Especially towards
like
the end of the
These guys have mastered the
Specifically, roughly around 9 months after Valentine's Day.
art of submitting injury claims. Submitting a claim to Morgan & Morgan is more like ordering takeout than hiring a lawyer. You don't have to get out of your chair to submit the claim. It really is that simple. So, if you are ever injured in an accident, you can check out Morgan & Morgan. For more information, you can go to forthepeople.com.
Oh wait, you actually got sponsored by a lawyer? That's
Pound
hilarious.
law from your phone. That is pound 529. You can go check them out today. And once again, thank you Morgan & Morgan for making this video possible.
Dude,
All right,
this
on with the
guy's
family-
getting friggin' advertisements from lawyers.
Guy,
Wow.
funny moments.
I need to step my game up. Only sponsorships I have is from like an energy drink.
Now, many of you might not know this, but Family Guy was created by some guy, I think his name is Seth MacFarlane. The premise for the show came from the life of Larry and Larry and Steve, 2 animated shorts, with one being a thesis film for Seth, and the other one being a spiritual successor that aired on Cartoon Network's world premiere tunes back in 1997.
Dude, Boomerang. It's all coming back to
I'm
me.
old. I remember seeing this back in the day when I was a kid, and it's so
Okay, like people talk about Boomerang like it really was like, oh, that's where the old cartoons are at. No. It was like the failed cartoons and the tax write-offs. Like, so it was great. It was great. Boomerang was amazing. It was the only place I could watch Johnny Quest.
wild to see the blueprints for what would eventually
Venture Brothers got stuck there for a cool minute. I don't even know why. It didn't belong there. But then they brought it back to Adult Swim because it just didn't make any sense for them to have it on there. What are you doing?
Family Guy.
Larry, it says here your license is suspended.
No, they just took it away temporarily. Oh, let's see now. Where to shop? Well, the Stewie's has usually got good stuff. Air conditioners always turn them.
After these shorts, Fox was like, hey, Seth,
edit, though.
make us a pilot. Here's $50,000, make it happen.
It's just
and Seth
break
here
bed frame
knocked out
in
a
half.
pilot for Family Guy in like 6 months.
Oh,
which
no,
is,
you
like,
broke it in half,
insane.
dude.
Fox love.
Do what I did. You don't need a frame. Get rid of the frame. You don't ever gotta worry about it. It's awesome.
They greenlit the show, signed Seth up for
What's the point of bed frames, dude? You tell me. It doesn't make me sleep any more comfortable. It's just for show. Screw that.
13 episodes.
Mattress,
and the rest
ground,
was history.
works.
Until Fox counts
I say that, but I did keep as much of the frame as I could keep on my bed.
the show. Unsurprising.
Actually, I did that, and then I bought one of those like Japanese, like the covering sensory like things that fold and unfold, and I use that as a bed frame practically now. It looks super like classy.
Family Guy was ordered up by Fox in order to capitalize on the success of The Simpsons, which was just
And by classy, I mean it looks incredibly ghetto, but I love it.
a force of nature at the time. Why settle for one hit? We can have all the hits. Hence why King of the Hill popped up around the same time, and also found success, though never to the same degree as The Simpsons. Fun fact, Mike Judge
Oh my goodness, I'm such a huge fan of everything King of the Hill. That boy ain't right. It's just, oh goodness.
specifically
Loved
made his
it.
own animated pitch to Fox for King of the Hill, with the characters pitching themselves to the executives. Apparently,
Dude, to this day, hilarious. I love the Peggy episode where she refuses to believe that she cannot speak Spanish. It is hilarious, and then she kidnaps a kid from Mexico. It's
the Fox executives loved it so much that they greenlit the series
all because she
right
just
on the
doesn't
spot.
want to like admit that she can't speak Spanish.
I'm telling you about 1.5 million times now.
Boom,
Right
Howard.
about y'all every time the dang old Looney Tunes come.
Oh, I'm not gonna spoil anything, but Chaos, you know the surprise ending of Boomhauer. I lost it, bro. I
Mario
lost
phone,
it.
that-
It's
that
awesome.
dang
He's
old
one of my
Melrose
favorite characters
Place.
ever now.
Oh, Boomhauer ain't right.
Oh,
Family Guy,
Boomhauer ain't
the
right.
same intention for success was there, and initially it had the momentum. The official first episode
I'm not even joking. For a minute there, I even thought about getting a job as a propane seller, just because I'm like, how is Hank so well off? I wanted
of Family Guy
to sell
premiered
propane
after the Super Bowl
accessories.
in 1999.
But now it turns out that propane might be it's California, right? So they say the same thing about everything. But supposedly propane and gas from like your gas stove might be what causes I won't say the actual word because YouTube canker. Let's go with that. It causes canker. So now I don't even know. Now everyone's like getting an electric one. I'm like, I don't
Which was
know
a
anymore,
big
man.
deal.
I like charcoal. I charcoal and burn things with charcoal. That's
And
all
a
I do.
fantastic springboard.
Family Guy. See a sneak peek right after the Super Bowl on Fox.
Oh, give me 1 moment. Someone's knocking on my
Tactical
door. I'm
move.
just gonna open it up real quick. Didn't realize I locked it. 1 second. 1 second. 1 minute. Uno minuto. Uno. No, I got tangled in my cords. Okay. Ooh, sorry everyone. It started to rain, and I had Deku outside. I had my doggo. My doggo Deku was outside, so I had to bring him in. Didn't want to leave him out there. Woo! He's just gonna hang out under the desk. Boop. Face on. Okay. Face off. Watch it. Watch this. Face. Anyone remember Nicolas Cage? Face off. Face on. I love Nicolas Cage.
From Fox, no doubt, to use the residual viewers from the Super Bowl to check out new shows on their network and give them a
P.S.
boost.
If you like
For the
Nicolas
first
Cage,
season of
go
Family
watch
Guy,
Mandy
Fox put it on
now.
during The Simpsons and The
Great.
X-Files
Oh, especially if you
in
love
order
heavy
to
metal
provide a
music.
good time slot with overlapping viewers.
Mandy. Oh,
But
Chaos, we
that
gotta
would not
watch
last
that. We gotta do a
long.
watch party or
Fox
something on
decided
that.
to bump Family Guy from that time slot, and during its second season, moved Family Guy to Thursdays against Frasier, which was a competitor on NBC. Well, let's just say that Family
Frasier
Guy
was
couldn't
good,
keep
I'm not
up
gonna
with
lie.
the scrambled
Wasn't a huge
eggs.
fan or anything like that,
Frasier,
but it was
you're so
alright.
corpulent that when you sit around the magnificently appointed Tuscan Villa, you sit around the magnificently appointed Tuscan Villa.
Huh. This is the smartest show on TV.
It should be noted that a big problem.
A little too smart at times. It's the main reason why I got so lost with freaking Big Bang Theory. Like, it was hilarious and it was fun, but I was so lost.
When Family Guy-
It might have to do with the fact that I wasn't a Star Trek fan too, and like a lot of jokes on there were Star Trek
ran
related.
into around this time
That was
its
Lost.
lack
That was a
of
Star Wars guy. What can I
rewatchability.
say?
There were no reruns yet, nor were there any video sets for
I
purchase.
haven't seen Young Sheldon,
if you
though. Might
missed
give it
an
a
airing
shot.
of an episode, you missed it entirely.
The clips that I
Unless
have
you
seen
were
are
like
hilarious.
70 years old and recorded it on a videotape. Yes, that is how old this show.
Videotape this guy. Listen to this guy. We call it a VHS, my dude. Okay. I had to rewind that thing by hand because we couldn't afford the thing that like winded it up for you. So me and my dad told me how, like he showed me how to rewind it properly.
was
like by hand.
And me too. Family Guy was moved around some more with
Yeah,
its
we had a
time
broken
slot.
VHS.
It
We
was put
literally
up
had to
against
play
Who
the
Wants to
movie
Be a
and then
Millionaire,
rewind it by
which was
hand.
another tough competitor and brought
was
down
great.
the ratings of Family Guy. Season 3 was greenlit, but then Family Guy was pitted against Friends, which was just like a fool's errand. And Family Guy's ratings continued to drop after the
Admittedly, I just completely did not know about Friends at the time, so I missed out on that.
third season in 2002. Fox announced its fall lineup. Family Guy was nowhere to be seen. It was officially canceled.
Everybody, I got bad news. We've been canceled.
At this point for Family Guy, it
Dude, in this day and age, that's a good thing now.
looked like it was a game over. Fox sold the rights for the show for basically nothing, and Cartoon Network gladly took it up. They decided to put the show up on its adult animated evening block, Adult Swim.
Fox Pouncer said, I went down to my living room, sit on my couch, it broke in half, both ends lifted up, and in my belly on the table, hang off from the front. Dude! That's awesome. That's like freaking a ride. Like, what if you have someone sit on one side of the couch, sit in the middle, and then you like fling them over the other side? That being said, I feel like that's on you, my dude. Don't sit like dead in the middle of the couch. You gotta like sit on the side. That's where the most support is. And then on top of that, why would you have the coffee table so close to you? I mean, that's on you, Foxy. That's on you. I can't even defend you there.
How amazing Adult Swim was to a teenager like me at the time. It totally fed into this mentality of mine, where I was like, yes, I'm an edgy teen, and I watch stuff like Aqua Teen and Space
Loved
Ghost
Aqua
Coast to
Teen.
Coast. It isn't
Space
your
Ghost
typical
also great.
normie cartoons on Nickelodeon or Disney, but that's
What are you trying to
because
say?
it's for adults.
I
Hence
also watched
the
Nickelodeon
name
and
of
Disney.
the block.
You kidding me? Invader Zim, awesome. Couldn't afford that channel, so I had to like watch it on YouTube and stuff.
Out of the pool, kids, is Adult Swim.
Adult Swim.
What did I watch on Disney? Dude, I mean, I watched Lilo and Stitch, the TV show, I guess.
All kids out of the pool.
Oh, I love it. Oh, I actually made a clip like this. Like, especially if anyone watched my old Anime Addict videos, we did a bunch of bumpers like this. And yes, I have bumpers. We're keeping the bumpers in Anime Addict. That's a big thing.
Grew up on
I have a lot of
cartoons.
ideas for
so
bumpers.
to see
It's
a
gonna be
block
great.
that was dedicated towards mature content and in such a creative way with such fantastic branding, oh, you better believe I was all over it, especially with me approaching my teenage years. It almost felt like it was tailor-made to my generation and my, of course,
Honestly,
refined palate.
100% I saw a lot of that where a lot of people, especially people in my class and stuff, would tell me like Adult Swim, like, oh, you watch Disney? I was like, dude, I didn't care, man. I watched Cartoon Network. I watched Samurai Jack. I watched Ed, Edd and Eddy. I cared, like, I did not care very much for like Adult Swim. The vast majority of it. I watched, like, the only time I would watch Adult Swim was for Space Coast, Coast to Coast, Space Ghost rather, and then I'd watch Aqua Team Hunger Force. Loved Meatwad. To this day, he's my I love Meatwad so much. I watched, like I said, Venture Brothers. I watched Venture Brothers. I watched. I'm trying to think if there's anything else off the top of my head. I tried to get into American Dad. I got into it much later on, but not really at the time. So it was like,
And I'll run around naked all day.
Oh, I watched like one or two episodes. Did not watch a whole lot of this. Did not watch a whole lot of this.
Dangly parts.
Like I said earlier, my buddy Robert and
Harvey
I
Birdman,
were perpetually playing
attorney
Halo
at law.
2
Love
and
the
watching
hippo
Adult
though.
Swim.
Hey, did you get that thing I sent you? You get that thing I sent you? Phineas and Ferb, great. Oh, Phineas and Ferb, amazing, dude.
And I remember the day we first checked out the show. And
Dude, Phineas and Ferb, low key, was super like there were a lot of jokes for adults in that. Like
we laughed hard. Just something.
like when they start playing, like they had the dude starting to play psychedelia, and even Phineas came up to him like, "What is this?" He's like, "This is psychedelia, bro." And he's just like, like this is a little awkward, a little weird. Hannah Montana, I freaking binge watched Hannah Montana. You kidding me? Oh, I was all over Miley Cyrus. I don't even care. About
the
I was
tone
all
and
over that
cutaway
shit.
gags,
I didn't
that's-
really listen to any of the music, realistically speaking. But you can bet your butt I sang along to the "It's the best of both worlds." While the freaking, I loved the two side characters were super awesome too.
Played us to the point of obsession and quoting the series.
I was super into, honestly, that one chick, the friend, I forget her name, but she was like super tomboyish. That really got me into tomboys. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm not even gonna lie. To this day.
My friend actually.
Teen Titans. Oh, Teen Titans. Oh, 100% Raven got me into the whole like goth girl like vibe. Now I'm totally into it.
They had this killer impression of Peter, which, yes, I know, that's pretty
Especially
rare.
when they got into
Very
like
few
the whole
folks
battles
can
with
do a
Slade.
Peter impression.
Oh, it got a little too grown up at times, man.
Of our sense of
a little
humor.
too grown up at
and
times.
Guess what? We weren't alone.
Forcing, like, literally at one point, Slade poisons the entire Teen Titan team and forces Robin to become a bad guy. Otherwise, he's not going to give him the cure to the poison he gave everyone. And it's like, what? Like, I'm a kid, bro. Like, what? This is harsh.
Family Guy quickly became the most popular show for Adult Swim, with its reruns topping the charts. It was a complete 180 compared to the show's performance on Fox.
Loved it.
And along with that, video sales.
Hi,
and not
hi,
just
Puffy,
any
Yummy,
video
show.
format,
Hey.
mind you. I'm
Loved
talking
it.
about DVDs. Ones that you can put in your PlayStation 2, because that is the future, baby.
Who are you?
Are you really that dense, old man?
Dude, regular show was great as well.
Knew who I was.
DVD!
DVD sales
DVD.
for Family Guy were a game changer, selling more than 400,000 copies in a month and 2.2 million copies in 2003, making it the best-selling TV DVD series of the year. And at the time, the second highest grossing TV series DVD of all time. Needless to say, this caught Fox's attention as they reconsidered their decision to cancel Family Guy and brought it back from the dead. That, folks, was the first time in history where a show was
That was a
revived
great. This is a
due
great
to
episode. The episode where Peter makes a bar in his basement, and then of course his wife like turns out that she's a really good singer, so they started to have a really classy, old timey like. There's the bar, and then there's like the singer on the stage. She would sing every single night. It really romanticized the whole idea to me, and to this day, I really want to try to get my mixology degree, and then potentially even open up a little bar or something. It's a huge like romanticized dream that I have, but at the same time, it's like it really taught you about like the dangers of jealousy and stuff. And so I like dude, Family Guy used to teach, used to give lessons like that, and I feel like 100% it really made me think even at a young age about like jealousy and stuff like that.
Successful DVD sale.
Not that I have a huge freaking career on with girlfriends. I've had 2 major relationships in my life. I've said that before, so it's like
In May of 2005, Family Guy was back
got 99
on Fox
problems, my
with
dude.
its return episode.
Fox says because I have a very big belly. That's awesome, my dude. Oh, you could use it like a little, like every once in a while. I used to, back when I used to like weigh huge, I used to like use it like a little table. You could like just set it down, really have a nice go at it. It's defense, bro. It's power. It's power right here. You got all the power down there. You know what I mean?
Bringing in nearly 12
You'll see. Once we
million
get into Elden Ring, you'll see what I mean by power, bro. You got to do the butt slam. Like literally one of the most powerful like Ashes of War in Elden Ring is the butt slam.
viewers. One of the show's
holy butt
highest
slap.
ratings. No doubt, Adult Swim was instrumental in the success of Family Guy and essentially served as an incubator for the series to build up a fandom via reruns and DVDs. That it provided a platform that Fox couldn't, and also an audience that was more in tune with Family Guy.
Like there you go. Like they were making references to Scooby-Doo, my dude. Like 100% that was not modern. I can't say modern anymore, but 100% like they knew their audience.
Of humor. I can attest to this. Family Guy, at least initially.
Yes, Scooby-Doo was amazing. One of my favorite. I watched every iteration of Scooby-Doo, even the puppies named Scooby-Doo.
Felt more like my generation's
named
version of The
Scooby-Doo.
Simpsons, which is like no slight to The Simpsons.
Where Daphne's like uber rich.
Just my observation. Family Guy to me was a bit more absurd, especially with its cutaway gags. And me and my friend and many others from our demographic just loved it. But at the time, when Adult Swim was like, oh, the episodes are going back to Fox, oh, we have to do like joint airings of episodes with Fox and with us. Uh-oh, we don't want to kill our golden goose here. What do we do? But Adult Swim was quick on the draw. They were able to pivot. They were like, you know what we can do? Hey, folks who watch Family Guy on Fox, if you want to see the full-on cut, which is much funnier, come watch it on Adult Swim. We won't censor it like they do.
And that's a big thing. This is a reason why, this is the reason why I'm so against censorship. Right here. And I'm glad he went into this so much. Because, yes, 100%, the fact that on Adult Swim, it was, the vast majority of their content was uncensored just hit me. It was raw. It felt real. It felt like what the writers were trying to say. Whereas with Fox, it like the fact that they bleep stuff out, the fact that they kept, to me, it just felt cheap. It just felt like, it completely derails the context of the situation. Because right off the bat, you're imagining the worst possible insult, you know? And so I just feel like it's not like every single time, but I feel like it can really change the perception of what the conversation is in the show.
They even made a bumper for it.
Adult Swim love the bumpers. The bumpers were the best parts. I especially loved it when they started to do the friggin' like really trippy, like psychedelic looking bumpers where like the cow grew tentacles and stuff.
Very clever to use this angle. But they also
the
knew
owl
they
that started to like fizz out, and they started doing like 3D.
Since it would create more buzz for Adult
the whole
Swim.
3D like
According to Jim
the blue and red
the VP, general
overlays.
manager of Cartoon Network at the time, quote, bringing Family Guy to the Adult Swim lineup last April really helped turn the block into a cultural phenomenon with young adults. Now, as the destination for new episodes of what has become the block's most popular series, Family Guy will help boost Adult Swim to the next level in terms of buzz and ratings.
Admittedly, around this time, yes, the Adult Swim block was getting like hyped up, but they started to really downplay the other blocks. Like they started adding a live action block, which was terrible. All of it was terrible. And then they started making the shorts block so that they had multiple shorts. They were trying new things. They were giving like the Shorty McShort shorts, if you guys remember that. They were really starting to add these blocks that were able to use new and up-and-coming creators to show off their stuff. And I feel like that was prime Cartoon Network when they really started to do the Shorty McShort shorts. And they were bringing in all kinds of different animations from all different walks of life. And it really, like, you know, it was imaginative. And I feel like that sometimes is very necessary. Nowadays, everyone and their grandmas are scared to take risks. They're scared to do anything. I feel like that's why Smiling Friends is so huge and got popular and why it's so hilarious. P.S. If you guys have not watched Smiling Friends, it is created and voice acted by one of the greatest animators, in my opinion, greatest voice actors on YouTube. And that's going to be a psychedelic, psychic pebbles, goodness, psychedelic pebbles. I was going to say sprinkles. I was going to say psychic sprinkles, but it's... Zach would love that, I feel like. Foxy Pouncer has a YouTube channel. Awesome, my dude. I'll check you out for sure.
We could not be more excited to have Seth and 20th
What do you do, like
Century
gameplay?
Fox
You do
Television
content?
on board as Adult Swim continues its growth as the best
Long
place
form?
on TV
Let me know
for
if you do
young
long
adults.
form content. I do
End
like to
quote.
watch documentaries, long
Jim
form
was
content,
right.
stuff
Family
like
Guy
this. You
also
know?
continued its reruns on Adult Swim, though there was some pushback from some fans of the block. When you look at the rest of the lineup of Adult Swim's content from the time, you can see that it was pretty different compared to Family Guy.
Oh, dude! Sea Lab underneath the water. Sea Lab. Oh, I loved Sea Lab so much. I had such a crush on this girl. Such a crush. I'm not, no lie. Oh, and I'll be honest with you. It's this. If I didn't watch Sea Lab 2020, Sea Lab, was it 2021? If I didn't watch Sea Lab, dude, I feel like I probably wouldn't have watched Archer because it has a very similar animation style, and it really helped. P.S. Watch Archer.
Squidbillies,
Oh,
Xavier,
Xavier.
Moral Oral.
Okay, Moral Oral was... Listen to me. Chaos, you know me. If it wasn't for Moral Oral, I would be so less open to conversations about religion and stuff like that. And I have to say, if there was anything that made me like the open-minded person that I am, it's Moral Oral.
Very different in tone.
Oh, and then the Oblongs. I loved it. I genuinely had a crush on Creepy Susie. I don't care. I'm willing to admit it. I had a crush on Creepy Susie.
Visually and
from the Oblongs.
narratively.
I was all
Especially
in.
compared to a
Loved
family
her dark,
sitcom
like
from Fox.
her dark humor
But
was
for
the
me,
best.
I didn't care.
She was hilarious.
And a lot of these
Loved
shows
Creepy Susie.
probably would not have gained the audience they did if it wasn't for the cross-pollination of Family Guy from Fox with Adult Swim. But the good times would not last. And eventually, Family Guy would depart from Adult Swim, which at the time of recording this video, wasn't that long ago.
Like look at this, dude. You like Seth MacFarlane knew what he was doing. The cross-dressing is like a Bugs Bunny thing, like genius.
The
like,
final
he
airing
knew
for
his
Family Guy on
audience.
Adult Swim was in 2021.
the Squidbillies, another great show.
With Adult Swim making a unique...
I heard they're trying to make a comeback. They're trying to bring it back. They were casting for Earl.
bumper for the occasion.
For Early, sorry.
As a farewell to Family Guy. So that begs the question, why did Family Guy leave Adult Swim after all these years?
I love the sheriff was hilarious.
Especially with the debt they owe them. Well, it's most likely due to Disney acquiring Fox and wanting to shift the show off Adult Swim, since they were essentially benefiting off the good graces of Fox from back in the day. But Disney was in charge now, and they were like, nah, that's over. And they moved Family Guy to their own respective platforms, like FXX and Hulu. Disney wanted to get paid, especially after buying Fox in 2019. So of course.
The funny part is that joke still works now. Disney has taken a huge nosedive, dude. The last couple of Marvel movies did not do well.
First they waited for
the whole Star Wars situation was bad.
It's bitter.
Let me know if you guys would be interested in checking out that stuff, like or watching videos about the whole Star Wars series. I would be interested, my dude. Foxy, can I show you my channel? Absolutely, my dude, send it through, but just be aware, if as far as reactions go, I'm streaming Friday next, so if I see any content on there I want to react to, I'll pretty much have to save it for next stream, my dude. Please join us on Friday if you would like, but drop a link, my dude. I have no problems with that.
Which did not include Cartoon Network.
Morning.
Good day to you, sir. Hey, wait a minute, what the hell?
Just Disney, goodness.
Today,
oh, that's the episode where he brutalizes Brian.
Family Guy is still successful and continues its march along with The Simpsons with season after season after season. Though I would say, in my own personal opinion, that Family Guy has
the
broader
Raisins start
appeal
crushing
to the newer
cars and
generation
stuff.
of viewers.
Like it's that kind of comedy.
Just something
I feel like now, like really is in today's culture,
seems more
where you just don't expect something
audiences,
and then suddenly,
which was like the exact same hook for me back in the day. But I can still see it doing the same thing to this present day.
Oh, didn't it burn fire? Yeah, there you
clips
go.
of The Simpsons and TikTok videos nearly as much as Family Guy. So. Take that metric for what it's worth.
Also, The Simpsons was a huge inspiration for me for why I got into voice acting.
To see Family Guy leave Adult Swim. It was
like I didn't even like Bart Simpson and Ash Ketchum from the Pokemon series are the same voice actress. Like I
show for
was
them.
losing my
and
mind.
Family Guy would not
Archie and Bullwinkle. If you guys remember Archie and Bullwinkle, loved it. I love the voice actors for Archie.
Exist if it wasn't for Adult Swim.
Squirrely,
they
not Archie. What am I talking about?
The salvation of the series and gave it a platform, an audience.
Was that name? What was his name? It was Squirrely and was it Squirrely and Bullwinkle? Hilarious, love Bullwinkle. Why am I blanking out on? Was it Squirrely? Was it Squirrely or Archie? Why do I call him Archie? I think it was Squirrely. Squirrely and Bullwinkle, if I'm not mistaken.
To becoming one of the most iconic animated families in history.
One of the all-time greats.
Family Circus. Like, it's wild to me to think that this show
Tara Strong is also amazing. If you guys don't know Tara Strong.
Hey, considering the landscape of streaming today, is a very real risk that offers little
great
recourse.
Show.
Most streaming platforms.
This what's the name? What's the name? I haven't watched Tuca and Birdie, but this is Tuca and Birdie. I haven't watched Tuca and Birdie, but the CIA one. This one.
Could have
Why am I blanking out on your name?
Canceled. Which, hey, considering the landscape.
Inside Job. There we go. Inside Job. Great show. Highly recommend it. It's on Netflix.
Good. Today is a very real risk that
love
offers
the main
little
character.
recourse.
If you guys want strong, independent women, like genuinely good women characters, she is amazing. Love her. Absolutely great.
Most streaming platforms.
Nothing yet. I don't know what to do yet. Oh, absolutely, my dude. If you're trying to look for content, honestly, like realistically speaking, content that would be really good to feed to the algorithm to YouTube would be stuff like this, reaction content. I would highly recommend that you start doing shorts, because right now shorts is getting a huge push from YouTube. So if you really want to get your audience and views up, that seems to be like the angle to go. But just in general, always recommend go like look at what the top YouTubers are doing and try to sort of like do what they're doing. But like you're not really going to the biggest thing is don't just copy other people. You're gonna want to do your own stuff. That's why I'm doing streaming and reaction here. But I have a second channel with Degenerate Weeb that's gonna be long form content. We only have like one video up. It's Anime Addict Reviews, and we're gonna be reviewing basically anime movies for the most part. But it might also be like shows, stuff like that. We're sort of getting into that. But for the most part, it's gonna be old timey anime movies. We're gonna do a review on Redline. It's gonna be like video essays, long form content. So that's really where I get to like express my creativity and stuff with Degenerate Weeb. Though I might be host, like he's gonna be mainly the host. Every once in a while, I might slip in for one thing or two. But for the most part, I'm just doing this, and I'm gonna be reacting, doing gameplay stuff. So that's my channel. And then definitely look into doing stuff like that. And realistically speaking, dude, just do anything and everything you want to do. If you have the major thing that I've noticed is that if you're not having fun with it, then you're just not. No one cares. No one wants to see it. Like
Offer
you
much
need to
of
have
a
fun,
chance for
like,
a series that might
genuinely.
develop a cult
Do something
following
that actually
or a slow
entertains you.
burn. In theory, if Family Guy or The Office premiered
The
for
Office
the
is
first time
great.
ever
Love The Office.
today on Netflix, there's a very real chance that both of these series would have been canned due to initial low ratings. That was the case for them on TV. What if it was the case for them on Netflix? If so, each respective series would have been scrapped. But on television, both The Office and Family Guy were able to find their footing since they were an acquired taste.
Also, I was thinking,
and over time,
that
built
just
momentum
reminded
and
me
became
the little cameo there. I don't even know if that's from the movie, but freaking 2001: A Space Odyssey has just become what's the term? it's like public domain now, so I might watch that with y'all. Maybe we could do like a reaction, like a full stream of 2001: A Space Odyssey, and then if we like that, I might even watch the sequel, 2010, The Day We Made Contact. Some people don't even know 2001: A Space Odyssey has a sequel.
Behemoths that they are today. But yeah, I have a very real concern for streaming platforms being hostile to that kind of content. The slow burns, the ones that need time. But I guess we'll have to wait and see what happens next. Overall, I know that Family Guy has gone downhill due to seasonal rot. But I see its years on Adult Swim as a time capsule from my childhood, where I got to be a part of an audience that helped to save a show, build up the popularity of one of my favorite animation blocks, and gave me plenty of laughs along the way. Am I biased? Huh, you betcha. But who cares? I will always look back on that carefree era of my teenage life with sentimental love.
Dude, there's absolutely no way to not
cutaway
be biased.
gags.
Flat out.
Lois,
It's just impossible. I don't believe in
to
it.
swear.
Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do. You bastard.
You see what I mean? Like, I feel it's like there's no. Oh my goodness, the furry though. Look at this boy. Goodness. Love your outro music. We're gonna feed the algorithm, but let me just mute the music. We're gonna feed the algorithm. Let it play all the way to the end. But yeah, my dudes, and 100%. Dude, freaking. Sorry, I'm like lost in the freaking furry. That furry image got me. Look at this guy. Like, Saber Spark was fighting the furry allegations for so long, and now he's just like, I'm going in on it. It's 100%. Like, dude, that's how you gotta do it. Own it. Own it. Love it.